Good day, podcast community. Pete Kane here, podcaster, community coach, and helping you go from local to global, the mindset shift that's possible. We talk about why activities matter. Well, the world changed and our strategy needs to be updated. Let me explain. I'm going to give you 3 things that will make a difference in how you approach growing your business. First, this is just a common, you got to get these pillars right. You got to generate demand. Global demand is better than local demand. Let me explain. We have a local sandbox, 140 people that know, like, and trust us. That's your local sandbox. But if you can make the switch and think global, think demand, and approach your business with the world now is your opportunity. Years ago, we always dealt in our local area, but now that has changed. So if you are focused on global demand, instead of 140 people that know, like, and trust you, you can have 5,000 to over 1 billion. That's the global demand strategy. That's the global demand that you can adjust to, because demand is everything. As we talk here, generating leads, which is demand, creates cash flow and enables you to build thriving communities, thriving businesses. Without leads, without demand, you have a good hobby. Hobbies are fine, but when you're approaching your business as a hobby, you're not only jeopardizing the success and longevity of your business, i.e., bankruptcy, you're missing so much of the opportunity. Because if you got 140 people that you can do business with locally and they know, like, and trust you, that's what the brain works off of. But online, your demand can grow into global authority, global opportunity. Because when I meet you, I'm going to search you if I'm interested. And somebody has to be interested in you. And when they are, they're going to ask for your card. And when they do that, they're going to check out your online profile. And when they do that, if you don't have anything to take them on a journey with you, it's over. But if you've done what some are recognizing, and you can search my name and put the word podcast in there because I don't go by a middle initial, you'll see pages of content that you can get to know, possibly like, and trust. And when that happens, people are able to continue the journey with you. So think of the business of global as a business of a journey. You pique their interest. They want to know more. Give them that opportunity. And it could be nothing better than the example when Steve Jobs passed away years ago. It was like millions of people lost a family member. Why? Because they knew him through his online products and personality. They trusted him and they wanted to do business with him. So whenever a product came out, they were lined up. And they can be lined up for you. But you got to be diligent, intentional about creating assets. And there's a big difference between your activities and your assets. Let me explain a little bit. You go to lunch. It starts and it's over. That's an activity. You go to coffee. That's a start and it's over. It's a memory after that. But if you take that same time that you used for lunch or coffee, and people call them one-on-ones, whatever, lunch together, there's nothing wrong with connecting to people. But if that's your primary way that you're building your business, you're going to be exhausted because you're going to try to be everywhere, and you can't. You have 24 hours. I have 24 hours. If I am intentionally creating assets, a podcast, a video, a live event like we're having this weekend, then those assets don't go away. Your activities do. Yes, you have a memory of them. Yes, they're good, but you have to consider your time. And when you think that if you're using your time better, more strategically, in a more focused on global, because your global authority is also your local authority. Because if you have that content created and you have your profile created, that's why we do live events. We connect people, we learn, we grow, we bring them together, but we also record. And when we record, that content stays and it keeps growing over time. So be diligent about your global demand strategy. Play in the global sandbox, as we like to say. 5,000. Let me make this a little smaller here because you can see it. Hold on here. 5,000. There we go. That's it. 5,000 to over 1 billion. That's the kind of demand you have an opportunity to create. When you create global demand and you have tens of thousands of people going on a journey to learn more about you, and they see you on 4 different platforms, a book, a workbook, a podcast, a video, a LinkedIn post, whatever, different platforms, the brain just switches to know, like, and trust. That's why Steve Jobs had the influence that he had, because thousands and millions of people had been journeying with him over the years. They would buy his products. They would listen to what he had to say. They would read his books. They would do everything they could to get more of him because they had gone on a journey with him early and they knew him through his online profile. They liked him and they trusted him. So when a product came out, they were all lined up, ready to buy. That's where you can be. It takes a global demand strategy. So we have audits where you can schedule an audit. Go to here, clarity session right here. And then we'll set one up for you. But I got to know a couple things: what you've tried, what you're doing, and where you're stuck and where we can help you. Because you make that mindset shift, you're going to have cash flow, a thriving community, and you're going to create global demand. So we have our live event this Saturday. Here it is. Hold on here. I think I got it up here. There we go. Okay, let me see if I can make this bigger. Nope, I can't. Let me see. Hold on here. There we go. Okay, so let me put this up on the screen. Yes, I can. There we go. So go to pk.me/live. Yes, 12, including myself. I'll try to MC and do the best I can to present 12 unique individuals who are making an impact in the community and the world, who we can bring them to you both online and in person. So if you're in the area, in the Atlanta area, you can come. We have a free gift for the people that attend it in person. We want you to meet the speakers. We want you to be there to learn, to connect. Activities like this, which we create assets. Each one of these talks is an asset. The activity, yes, you'll be part of an activity. You can learn, you can grow. There's nothing wrong with activities, but too much activity is like too much of something. It consumes too much of your time. The average person in America watches 4 hours of TV, 2.5 hours of consumption of like TikTok videos. That's 6.5 hours consuming other people. Let's create you. Let's create your life. Let's shift that consumption to creation. Create half of that time. Let's create you. Let's work on you. Our sponsor for the event is Growth Day, where you can go for 7 days, try out the Growth Day, the best personal growth on the planet, where Brendon Burchard, who is the founder of Growth Day and certified me as a high performance coach and part of High Performance Institute, started it, is going to coach you every single day. What would it be like for you to take a mental shower with the best every day? And you journal, you answer questions about where you are. And then you have a thought-provoking question. And then you share what you're grateful for. We call it the 5 to Thrive. The 5 to Thrive will give you the mental shower, sharpen the axe, give you the time to invest in yourself. Deborah Morton, who will be leading or be our first speaker, she's going to talk about investing in self. It's the best investment you could ever make in your life. Invest in you. And when you invest in you, the return is so incredible because the potential that you have is unlimited. And that's when you invest in you, you invest in your future, a brighter future. So you can go to Growth Day, try it out for 7 days. If you like it, it's $50 investment in yourself. The best investment you will ever make. I've been part of Growth Day for 3.5 years. Don't miss a day because it's so important to take that mental shower. That shower allows you to get this right. And when you get this right, you have a growth mindset. When you have a growth mindset, you have unlimited potential. The power allows you to be better, sharpen that saw. We take showers, but we forget about the mental showers. We take those physical showers to clean ourselves. But let's clean this. Let's grow this. And when we grow this, our business grows. So try it out. They're our sponsor for the event this Saturday. Oops, hold on. Got the wrong one here. Okay. I'm affiliate for it, just full disclosure. But it's kind of like Tesla. I took a friend in my Rotary so she could drive it. She's a realtor, brings people in from out of the country and drives around. She's all over the state, all over the city, all over the area. And I wanted her to test what it's like to be fully present, not be concerned with a distracted driver. where you got to go, how you got to get there, and talk to Grok. I love showing people what's possible. That's why we do global demand audits. Because let me see if I have, yes, I can. Hold on here, I can. Dang, I didn't realize I had it on. Global authority session audits, where we can spend an hour together, where we can help you get this right and look at the possibilities. Because the future is bright for those that recognize that the world went from your local zip code to the global demand. And when global demand kicks into your business, that's where you have a bright future, a thriving future, a future you're excited about. Because when you know you're playing in the right sandbox, you're having some fun. You're having lots of fun. Let me see. I know I was talking about activities, and I want you to kind of take home this point before we go. Leverage your time. Assets help leverage your time. When you're creating assets, they grow. When you're creating activities, they're a memory. When you are sleeping, your assets are growing. You can't go to lunch when you're sleeping. You can't have coffee when you're sleeping. You have to have that precious time to recharge the batteries. And so you don't have to be everywhere. You just have to be somewhere. And somewhere is online. Somewhere is intentionally building your profile online through podcasts, content, workshops, live events. All these things are designed to create assets. That's why we love doing our live events. And you can be a part of it. Go to pkane.me/live. All right. Look, I want you the best for you. If you're not sure of your future, you're not clear on where you're going, and you're playing in that local sandbox and you want to play in a different sandbox, the global sandbox creates global demand. When you create global demand, you have a thriving business. You have great cash flow. And if you want to come to our event, we would love to have you there, introduce you to the speakers, be a part of a community that's thriving, be a part of a community that's impacting. And that's what we want to deliver to you, is 12 unique, gifted people who are stepping up to impact their community and the world. So, all right, here, let me see. We have a school community. You can go and join our school community, which you can go to pkane.me/school. This is people that want to help change the world, help impact the world. And if that's you, join us. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. The first step to get into the global demand is schedule something. Come to our event, schedule a podcast, schedule a session with us. Because if you schedule a global authority, global demand audit, the future is going to be bright. pkane.me/SS. Okay. Be bold.